I have issues with feeling limited in my ability to interface with mundane things like
Define mundane. And why are you defining them as mundane?
Because of my spirit seems to drop whenever I have to do anything that grounds me into this dimension.
All right, but you do understand that the only reason you're having that experience is because of your definition of that experience. You understand that?
Yes.
Are you sure?
No.
Thank you. Thank you for your honesty.
Yeah.
Understand that as a physical being, your psyche is made up of a prism of three things: beliefs, definitions, emotions, feelings, and thoughts, actions. You understand?
Yes.
And the idea is that it all starts with the definition. It all starts with your belief. Some of your beliefs are conscious, some of them are unconscious. The idea is to get in touch with what those definitions are, because if you're experiencing a reality in a way that you don't prefer to, the only way you could be experiencing it that way is you have a definition of it that makes it feel that way. Because all feelings are secondary to belief. You cannot have a feeling about anything of any kind without first defining that thing in some way, shape, or form. If I throw a word at you that you don't know the definition to, you have no idea how to feel about it, do you?
What can I do to dismantle
I'm getting there.
Okay.
The idea is you have to get in touch with what that definition is. So, one way, it's not the only way, you can use your imagination to alter this however you wish, but one way is to ask a very pointed question of yourself. When you find yourself in a situation where you are feeling limited, ask yourself, what would I have to believe is true about myself in relation to the situation in order to generate the feeling I'm experiencing? If you are willing to hear the answer, then in some way, shape, or form, the answer will present itself to you about what the belief is. It might come in your thoughts, it might come in your inspirations, it might come in your dreams, it might come in the synchronicity in your life, it may come in a variety of ways. But if you're willing to receive the answer and find out what that definition is, and you're not afraid to find it out, you will find out what that definition is. Now, once you have discovered consciously a definition within you that is actually out of alignment with who you prefer to be, you will instantly recognize two things. All right, three things. You will recognize that it is nonsensical, illogical, and it doesn't belong to you. It came from someone else. Your parents, your friends, your school, your society, what have you. As soon as you identify a belief that isn't yours, that's out of alignment with your vibration, you will instantly see it's illogical, it makes no sense to hold on to it whatsoever. It belongs to someone else who gave it to you that you've been holding on to all this time. And as soon as it appears that way, you'll drop it, unless you have another belief that tells you you should hold on to it for some other reason. And if that's the case, then you need to ask the question again and find out what that belief is. But as soon as you find out what the core belief is supporting all the secondary ones, and you let go of the core belief, all the secondary ones attached to it will also fall away. The only thing that weighs you down is luggage that doesn't belong to you. That's your first clue. If you're feeling weighed down, if you're feeling limited, you are carrying around a definition that someone else gave you that you don't realize you're still carrying around, lugging it around, getting tired. So the idea is to find out, oh, this isn't my luggage. Drop it. Give it back to the person. You don't want to steal their belief. You don't want to be a belief thief. Right?
Right.
So find out what it is, identify the belief, and then once you realize it's not yours, unless you have another rationale for holding on to it, it will dissipate. That's how it works. But first you have to understand that you have bought into these definitions and you're defining these things as mundane. As soon as you give it that definition, that's the only effect you can get out of it. Because again, remember, every situation, are you paying attention?
I'm doing my best.
All right. Every situation, without exception, is fundamentally neutral. There is no built-in meaning to anything. The greatest gift you have all been given in life, I know this sounds funny in your language, is that life is meaningless. It is devoid of automatic meaning. They're just neutral props, neutral circumstances. You have all been designed as the meaning givers in life. You're what gives life meaning. So the meaning you put into a situation is what determines the effect you get out of it. Remember the fourth law? What you put out is what you get back? It's a law. So if you find that you're feeling mundane, you must be defining your relationship to the situation that's happening as mundane. And so the only effect you can get back is a reflection of the mundane. If, however, you understand and choose to buy into the idea that every single thing that appears in your life is there for a positive reason, to serve you, to learn from, to become a more expanded being and remember more of who you are, then you will give it that meaning, that interpretation, that positive energy. And no matter what anyone else's idea or anyone else's intention in that situation may be, the only effect you will experience from that same situation that serves double duty is the positive one based on the meaning you have chosen to give it. So the choice is in your hands. The total control is in your hands.